Have you ever stopped to think about how the world is so connected now? I mean, really connected. It's changing pretty much everything. What we eat, what we listen to. So in this explainer, we're going to look at what all this connection means for our world and for us.
So let's start with a simple question. Can you get sushi in New York or real tacos in Tokyo? Well, yeah, of course you can. But this simple idea about food, it actually opens up a much bigger topic, globalization. It's why our lives are so full of things and ideas from all over the world.
Okay, so what is globalization, really? Well, at its heart, it's about how economies are linked together. You can kind of picture it like one big, giant market for the whole world, where countries buy and sell things from each other. But, it's about so much more than just money and products.
And that gets us to the really interesting part, because this isn't just about things on ships or planes. It's about what travels with them, the ideas, the stories, the culture, and all of that is moving faster than ever before.
Exactly. It's not just about food. Think about a song that becomes a huge hit all over the world, almost overnight, or a movie that everyone in every country is talking about. We are all part of one big global conversation now, even if we don't always notice it.
So what's making everything move so fast? Well, it's the internet, right? Just think about it. A message that used to take weeks to get across an ocean now gets there in a fraction of a second. That has totally changed how we share things and connect with each other.
And this is what happens. A cool new idea can start in one place, and in just a few days, it can be a trend everywhere. Suddenly, the world feels a lot smaller, doesn't it? It's almost like we're all neighbors in one big global town.
But that leads to a really important question. Is all of this connection actually a good thing? As our world gets smaller and more connected, are we gaining something wonderful? Or are we maybe losing something important? Turns out, the answer isn't so simple. Let's start with some of the worries people have. For a lot of people, there's a downside to all this connection. They're concerned that as we all become more similar, we might lose the special things that make our own cultures so unique.
The main fear is that the world will become less diverse. Just imagine if every city started to look the same, if we all listened to the same music, and all the local traditions just faded away. That would make for a much less interesting world, for sure. I mean, think about it. All the little local festivals, the traditional crafts, the special foods that have been around for generations. The big worry is that as global culture gets bigger and stronger, these really important parts of who we are could just disappear forever. But that's only one side of the argument. On the other hand, a lot of people see globalization as a fantastic opportunity, not as a danger, but as a great way to learn and to understand each other better. For them, it's really all about understanding. When we try food from another culture or listen to their music, we're not just trying something new. We're actually getting a new perspective. It helps us see the world from someone else's point of view. And that's not just a nice feeling. It's actually a really powerful thing. Our world has some big, complicated problems, and being able to understand and work with people from all different backgrounds is more important than ever. So there you have it, the two sides of the story. On one hand, there's this fear that we might lose what makes us special. And on the other, there's the hope that we can become a more connected and understanding world. It's a really big conversation, and people feel very strongly about it. So who is right? The people who are worried or the people who are hopeful? Well, the truth is, it's not really a simple case of good or bad. The real key here, the most important thing, is finding the right balance. And this is really the main idea. We can't turn back the clock on globalization, but we can be thoughtful about how we take part in it. It's about being a citizen of the world, but also protecting what makes our own home special. So how do we actually do that? How do we find that balance? Well, it really comes down to two simple things. First, we can appreciate all the global connections that bring us new ideas. And at the same time, we work to protect our own local traditions. This quote really says it all perfectly. It's about remembering that a small local festival or a traditional family dinner, these things are just as important and valuable as some big international event, because they are part of your story. And this is the kind of future we can try to build, a world where we can be both global and local at the same time. A world where we are connected, but also unique. Having our differences isn't a problem. It actually makes the world a much richer and more interesting place. So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a question. Think about your own life.
What are some of the traditions that are really important to you? By valuing those things and sharing them, you're not just protecting the past, you're helping to create a more balanced and interesting future for everyone.